Hey my beautiful Sagittarian peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your May 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without further ado, let's jump on into it and see what we got going on. What do we got coming up here for Saggy? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout the month of May 2022. Let's go ahead and give this a look. What do we got here for Sag? And the first card is going to be the Sadness and Isolation card. Okay, I know definitely not the best card to pull out at first, but we're going to turn this card into a completely different situation. Moving on to the next card, we have here Love Abounds. Ooh, I like that for you. It does seem to me like in the time of need here, I do feel like somebody might be stepping into your life, being that kind of guide that you need. So Sagittarius, if you've been feeling like you've been stuck in sadness and isolation, chances are you will probably be coming in contact with somebody here in May 2022 who's going to be that guide that gives you that extra push forward into more higher vibrational energies. Now, when I mention a person coming in here with Love Abounds, it does not have to be like a romantic person, so do keep that in mind. You could be meeting potentially a new friend, you could be meeting a new acquaintance, or there could be somebody stepping in here this month that just has a major impact on your life, especially if you've been feeling for a while that you've been stuck in this sadness energy that's basically made you kind of isolate from everybody. So if you're a Sag that's been in hermit mode, you haven't been really happy lately, maybe you've been feeling depressed or stuck in a rut, chances are you're going to come into contact with somebody here who's going to help you get that push and nudge into more forward vibrational energies, which is actually really, really wonderful. You know, people tend to come into our lives when we need them most, and those people actually sometimes don't even have to be people. There could be a potential that you guys might end up finding an animal. In May 2022, you might come across a cat that seems like it's been abandoned, or maybe even a dog, and you may realize, oh, I can't find the owners, there's no tag, and you take in this animal, and this animal could actually be something that really helps you out too. So there's a potential here for you guys to either be purchasing an animal that really helps out here, or it could be that you find one that has no home. Okay, so that could be the case here too. Otherwise, it could just be a person. But overall, I do feel something here coming in that's going to help you get guided more towards those higher vibrational energies you haven't felt in quite some time. Let's go ahead and look into your recent past, okay? What do we have the recent past, or for the recent past for Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for the recent past for Sagittarius? Let's take a look. For the recent past, we have here the Nine of Wands, we have here the Page of Wands, and we have here the Seven of Cups. So for the recent past, it does seem to me like you've kept to yourself, because the Nine of Wands is one of those cards where it's a person that doesn't really open up about much. So Sagittarius, looking in your recent past, you've been keeping to yourself. You haven't really been telling people how you feel. I think that when people look at you, Sagittarius, they view you as the Page of Wands. They view you as the life of the party. They see you as somebody who's fun. They wouldn't even realize that you've been feeling this way. They would not know that you've been feeling sad or have been struggling. They would be like, Sagittarius is completely fine, because it's the way that you present yourself, you know? You play it off pretty well that nothing's happening because you know how to keep to yourself in your life. And with the Seven of Cups showing up over here, when we're looking at your actual emotional state of being in the recent past, it's showing up that you were feeling kind of everywhere. You were kind of up, down, and all around. You know, the Seven of Cups could represent feeling very emotionally confused and or feeling very emotionally overwhelmed. So stepping into your recent past, nobody would know a thing. Nobody would know how you were feeling. You know, you kind of kept a lot of your feelings and emotions to yourself. People kind of just thought Sagittarius is fine, you know? And I think that that actually makes you feel the most sad and the most isolated, you know, when nobody else understands your suffering or what you're going through. And especially when you're intentionally suffering in silence and other people don't know what it is you're going through, it can be an incredibly saddening and isolating feeling. And, you know, some people would say, well, why doesn't Sagittarius just speak up? Why doesn't Sagittarius just say what they're going through to other people in their lives? And sometimes, you know, it's out of fear that you'd be burdening those people. Sometimes you're scared that you're going to burden other people with your problems, or that you're going to let them down. And there's a lot of reasons why people choose to keep what they're going through and suffer in silence. And it's not always because it's not easy to open up, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I think people sometimes make it out to be, well, you should have said something, but it's not always that easy, you know? So I see where you guys are coming from over here. Let's look in the current energies, though, here for May. What do we have for the current energies for Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. We have here the Two of Swords, we have here the Two of Cups, and then we have here the Six of Cups. So looking at the current energies, you're saying to yourself here, I don't want to be this person that I've been for the past couple weeks, past couple months, however long it's been. It's like I don't want to be in this sad and isolated energy anymore. I want to move myself out of it. So I have to make a choice here. And I think that that choice is showing up here with the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups. This is the choice to start working on yourself. And it's also the choice, too, to start reconnecting to your life. Now, what do I mean by reconnecting to your life? Well, it's about, reconnecting with your friends, reconnecting with your family more, reconnecting with the kind of work that you do, the hobbies that you enjoy, the things that make you smile. Coming into May 2022, the remedy here for you is to start getting connected in your life again, considering that you felt so isolated from it in general. When a person is in a depression or is in a rut or whatever you want to call it, typically they feel very zoned out and very detached from everything around them. A activity that you used to love doing can become incredibly boring to you in that state of being. Hanging out with friends, which used to be super fun, can sound like such a lame time. Everything that you've enjoyed suddenly becomes unenjoyable. And that right then and there is what you need to start fixing and working on. It's like, well, it's time to reconnect with the things that I know I do love, because that right then and there is going to help me get out of this energy of isolation. It's going to bring me back into my life. It's going to bring me back into the people that I'm surrounded by. And maybe getting back into that energy, it's going to help me out a little bit and no longer feel so isolated and so sad with what I've been going through. So this is the plan here with your current energies for May 2022. Let's go ahead and have a look here at your challenge though, okay? What is going to be the challenge here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. We have here the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have here the Page of Pentacles. The challenge is actually putting yourself out there and doing it. I think the challenge is actually getting started in reference to reconnecting with your life, because there is a certain level of comfort in being in a very sad and isolated place. There's a certain level of comfort of just being in a depression because it's familiar, it's something you're used to, it's something you're in, it requires not a lot of energy and not a lot of motivation. It requires much more motivation and devotion and hard work to be a happy person and to be happy with the life you're living. So this requires a lot more work. Getting started here seems to definitely be the challenge. So Nine of Pentacles to the Nine of Swords, having to confidently put yourself back in your life and do the work is something that you're not necessarily looking forward to, but that if you do it, you can be successful. You can pull yourself out of this hard time you've been having. It is just going to require a lot of self-work. And that's the challenge, getting yourself motivated enough to just get started. Once you get started, you're going to be good. But getting motivated to get started, that's incredibly difficult sometimes. All right, let's go ahead and see what you'll be dealing with in May 2022. What are my Saggies going to be dealing with here in the month of May? We have here the Four of Swords, we have here the Ten of Pentacles, and we have here the Four of Pentacles. So it's about having to get back and consistently be involved in your environment, okay? And what I mean by being consistently involved in your environment is not instantly going back and forth from being isolated and then being involved. It's about having to fully commit to coming back into your life and being present. That means doing things that are healthy for you on a daily basis, engaging with friends and family when those opportunities come, focusing on being present in your work again or your craft, enjoying hobbies that you typically and naturally like. It's about making sure that you're not detaching from your world again and you're actively participating in it, And that is still a challenge for sure, but I promise you it's doable. So the thing is about not running away here, None of this that you're going to be doing this month is going to be easy. It's not easy to reconnect into your life after you've mentally checked out for a while. It is incredibly difficult. So that is going to be the giant challenge that you are going to be conveyed with this month. And you're going to have to consistently show up, not only just for everybody else, but for yourself. If you want to pull yourself out of this depression, this rut, this negative place you've been in, and really start to enjoy the life that you have again. And here's the thing. Let's say you're a Sagittarian and you show up in your life again, but you're not feeling as if it's enjoyable, then start to search for different routes, because the chance, the thing is like maybe what used to fulfill you doesn't fulfill you now. Open yourself up to new things, try new things. Maybe there's new things out there that are going to be more fulfilling to you than where you previously left off with your life when you were connected to it, right? So I definitely feel like it's a good time for experimentation. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to see new people. Don't be afraid to test out a new hobby or to even get interested in, you know, different types of careers, or, you know, give yourself something to do that's new, right? I challenge you to do that. Go for it, Sagittarius. Nonetheless, though, guys, based upon what you'll be dealing with doing your best to not revert into the hermit, okay? You're going to be doing your best here to not let all this hard work get to you, but instead to continue showing up for yourself and doing the work. Let's go ahead and see where things are going for you. Where are things going to be going here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. Where are things going to be going here for Sag? And we have here the Magician, we have here the Justice, we have here the Knight of Cups, and we have here the Queen of Cups. So, based upon where things are going for you, the Magician here to the Justice, you are going to do everything in your power to restore the balance in your life again, and I actually do see you being quite successful, which is really good news, to be honest. Like I said, it is definitely not an easy thing to do, to reconnect and to pull yourself out of a slump or a depression, but it's very much so possible. And I do see that you're going to have success here with the Magician to the Justice card, because this is the energy of manifesting balance. This is the energy of showing up, right? Because the Magician card for me is the card of actively showing up in your life day in and day out. So you're going to notice the more I'm committing, the more I'm showing up, the more devoted I'm now being to being present in my life, the more I'm starting to see results here. And with that being said, the more I'm starting to enjoy my life again. Knight of Cups, I'm starting to have a good time. I'm starting to feel the love again. I'm starting to feel the joy. I'm starting to surround myself with friends again and actually enjoy the time that I'm spending with them. I'm starting to enjoy the time that I do in my daily activities again. And honestly, on an emotional level, I'm starting to feel lighter again. I'm starting to feel better, you know? So it's really difficult, guys, to do the things and to get back into that routine of showing up for yourself in your life. But once you start getting in the flow of it, it's easy. And once you're in that flow, everything starts to feel wonderful again. Everything starts to feel good. You're like, yo, I'm out of that depression. I'm out of that funk. I feel active in my life again. I feel present. Things are going well. That is where you'll get to. The more and more you keep committing to you, the more and more you keep showing up. All right, so love that for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall outcome. What is going to be the overall outcome here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And we have here already the Hierophant, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So, with the Hierophant here to the Four of Wands, these two cards are indicating, Sagittarius, as long as you stick with it this month, as long as you continue to commit to yourself and to commit to showing back up in your life, you are going to be successful, you're going to be happy, you're going to be grounded, you're going to feel like you're in a great environment. So you're going to be in a good place mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, okay? But remember, the choice is yours, Three of Wands. You know, Three of Wands is the card of you can wait around or you can take action to do it. So if you wait around, nothing's going to happen. You're going to stay exactly where you were. But if you decide to take action here, Sag, you're going to see yourself change. You're going to get out of that depressed and sadness and isolated place. And you're going to move back into feeling connected and grounded in the own life that you live. So the choice is yours, is essentially what they're saying here coming into May 2022. And I really do think that you're up to the task here. I really do think that you can pull yourself out of this. I believe in you. And if you do, and you stay consistent and you stick with working on yourself and working on reconnecting with your life, you're going to truly have a very wonderful experience here in May 2022. So Sagittarius, I love that for you. You know, inevitably the choice is going to be yours, but I say go for it. I say really put the work in here this month because you will see a massive difference. All right, Sagittarius, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. If this message resonated to you, cool. If not, no worries. There will be future posts on my YouTube channel. And also, don't be afraid to check out other awesome tarot readers on YouTube. There's a bunch of awesome tarot readers, so feel free to give them a check out. And with that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your May, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Much love, Sagittarius, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.